Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity to contribute to the motion before the House. Mr. Speaker, as was mentioned by the Chief Whip, this is a very important subject, and our pleasure will be that this matter is not more or less rushed through on a single night. Gold is one of our largest foreign exchange earners, about $11 billion, 57% of our exports for the year 2024. And if we are making such major legislation that affects the infrastructure of trading in gold, our pleasure would have been that we spend some time and do some more consultations, engage various actors, National House of Chiefs, many other actors, before we proceed with this legislation. Mr. Speaker, be that as it may, we are clear in our minds. We don't have the numbers to even halt this or stop this. But what we are doing is that we are proposing a number of amendments to help mitigate the risk in what we think government is doing. Because if you look at the objectives of government, you want to increase foreign exchange reserves, you want to improve gold exports, you want to improve or grow our gold reserves itself, and curb smuggling. Mr. Speaker, within the current ecosystem, we have enough institutions to do that. Between the Minerals Income Investment Fund and PMMC as is and the Bank of Ghana, there are enough institutions to do that. We don't need to create a new institution, the Gold Board, to be able to do this. Because these new institutions have a way of creating new layers of bureaucracy, rent-seeking behavior, inefficiencies in and of themselves. And we would have preferred that the old institutions would be strengthened to do this job. The Minerals Commission has a lot of powers when it comes to granting licenses for exports, etc. We don't need to create a new institution. But if we are doing, Mr. Speaker, one of our proposals would be that we create an institution that will do the regulatory functions and then a limited liability company that will do the commercial functions. Because the PMMC under PNDC Law 819 was a public corporation. And later, after the Justice Crabb report, it was turned into a limited liability company for financial efficiency. But today, with what you are creating, you are going back to creating a public corporation. What does it mean? It means you are giving them $279 million, but it's not capital. They will not be required to make profit and pay dividends to the government. If we are complaining that Cocoa Board has become a black hole, just sucking money on a regular basis, why are we going back to create a public corporation that is not capitalized? And so our preference will be that you separate a regulator from a commercial entity and properly capitalize this commercial entity to do the work of gold trading. Mr. Speaker, another matter is your formula for improving our forex reserves. And if you listen to the finance minister clearly and read the memo, what you are hoping to do is to attract $250 million every week to buy gold, but to give that $250 million every week to the central bank, and for the central bank to give cedis for the purchase of gold. There's a question. Does this economy have the capacity to mint the cedi equivalent of $250 million every week without contributing to inflation? I believe the answer is no. That's why the IMF asked the Bank of Ghana to stop participating in the Gold for Oil program. And so, Mr. Speaker, it creates a real risk that in the end, the volumes that you are looking at, you may be going towards inflation. My final point, Mr. Speaker, in the current bill you have brought, there are no clear provisions for traceability. And traceability when it comes to these natural resources is a big deal. We already have a problem with illegal mining in Ghana. If we are going to pump $250 million a week to stimulate gold production in the end, more or less, if you don't have traceability requirements, we fear that that $250 million weekly will go to stimulate illegal gold mining. And so, Mr. Speaker, we will be proposing amendments aimed at tightening it and ensuring that traceability requirements are put into this legislation to avoid it becoming an instrument for funding galamsey. But our preference will be, Mr. Speaker, that we grant ourselves some more time, some more weeks, to have an opportunity to engage some more and get a tighter and more meaningful legislation than what we have as a bill before us currently. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Thank you very much.